Hello again, my friends, and welcome back. Yes, I'm picking up pretty much right after the last episode, and I've not done much of anything since then. In the last episode, we did a lot. We built this whole back area and we decorated some roads, and it looks absolutely fantastic. It's brilliant, beautiful, I love it here. I've not done anything down here, but they are working. They are definitely working, because if we run all the way back upstairs, in these chests in our silos, I'm getting carrots, and I'm also getting potatoes. So they are definitely working, which means last episode was a massive success. And not only success in terms of the overall build, but success in creating a very good idea for what I want to do with this village in terms of atmosphere, what I think I'm going to try and go for down the line. That being said though, my friends, yes, in every episode I am going to try my very best to make the area around my builds look beautiful and brilliant. But I have a goal. It is a personal goal. It is a goal I try and strive to in every single player series I have, and that is that I want to take on the Ender Dragon in episode 10. This is currently episode number 8. We're running out of time, and honestly, my helmet is brilliant and my boots are pretty good as well. The leggings and the chest plate are trash. They are absolutely terrible. They're not great. I also think, yeah, my bow can do with a bit of upgrading as well. So, I need emeralds and I need librarians quite desperately. Now, in the last couple of episodes, I've been working towards, except for the one where we built the bee farm, I've been working towards a goal of having a renewable source of emeralds, because I need emeralds to buy enchanted books from librarians. So, the honeycomb does not go towards that goal, but the potatoes and the carrots definitely do, because I can sell potatoes and carrots to villagers, to farmer villagers. So, in today's episode, I'm finally gonna get those farmer villagers in place, and I have cleared out some space, and I'm thinking here in the back, next to our crop fields and next to our silos, makes the most sense. Now, I have cleared out all of the grass, all of those nasty grass from this area in preparation for this, but that is honestly as far as I've gotten. I have no idea what materials I'd like to use. I have no idea what the build is going to look like. So I'm going to cut here, give you guys a bit of a break while I figure out what I'm going to do, what materials I'm looking for, things like that. I have gathered up my materials, but I've changed my mind. Instead of building this thing on that side of this little field, I think building it right next to the field, where we have the main entrance to this field, makes a lot more sense. Lore-wise, I know that my silos are now further away, but I think in terms of the village layout, realistically this makes more sense. The crops come from here, and what I'm planning on building is a barn of some sorts, a storage facility for crops to go into, and I think it makes sense for it to be right next to these. I've gathered up some materials, and I think this is probably going to be one of the plainer builds I've done so far in terms of material choices, because we're just going to use some stone, some spruce, some oak as well. I am going to try and introduce some beehives as an interesting texture variation technique. But yeah, so that's the plan. We are building a barn of some sorts to house our farmer villagers as well. I think I'm ready to give you guys a bit of an update. Coincidentally, it's worked out to be quite symmetrical. I think I had initially intended on making this gap one wider, but it got a little close to the field's boundaries, so I've decided against that now. But ultimately what it is one comes up into a central axis of the building, and to your left I'm going to have 6 farmer villagers in place in these little stalls. Similarly to how I've set up the library, that one over there, for the librarians that are to come. But these are just going to be farmers, and I think I'm gonna want this to be stripped dark oak, while the rest is in regular spruce logs, just as a bit of a different color. Because we've got the oak as the main floor, then we've got the spruce dividing it. And we need a bit of a different color as well, and I think the oak, the dark oak, is such a color. It isn't quite as harsh as using regular spruce logs, but it also doesn't, although that doesn't blend in entirely as well as I thought it would either. But I like the dark oak more than I like the spruce, I think. Yeah. Anyway, on this side it's going to be just general storage and stuff. I'm gonna throw all of these pumpkins and hay bales and some of the melons that I have, and maybe some chests as well. Just gonna throw those in here on this side and make it look a little cluttered and busier and like a storage room, which, you know, a barn kind of is. Perfect timing, as the sun sets I can end this clip, do a bit more work, and bring you guys back with the next update. Progress, progress, yes, progress. It has been made. I quite like this. I've broken the symmetry a little bit. I haven't made it wider in any way, but I'm going to have the one side be taller than the other, and the wing where my villagers are going to be standing will be the lower one, I think. I don't need the space above them. But I have gone, and I've gone to my tree chopping area on the other side of the mountain a little bit, and I've gathered up some shroom lights, because villagers are capable of jumping over composters. That's the thing. They can jump over their composters, into them. I don't want them to be able to do that. They mustn't be able to jump up. No space. So they need a ceiling directly above them. And it might as well be something that brings a little bit of color. And I absolutely love these shroom lights because they are a warm light block. Whereas the sea lanterns are a very cold one. And honestly, glowstone is a bit of a dead warm. I mean, there's no real heat or vibrance to them. Anyway, I love shroom lights. Brilliant, brilliant blocks to use. But yeah, so we've got this so far. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do up here, but before I can figure that out, because obviously that's gonna need a wall of some sort. But I want to put up the roof above this section before I get to that wall, because I need to see exactly how far up this roof is gonna go. And I think the main idea that I have at this point is I want to try and make this roof slope even less than just a slab roof. And I think that is doable if I put some trapdoors, that's the word. I'm fumbling a little bit this afternoon. Okay, if we then hop up here. So yeah, we've got the trapdoors over here, and then if I come in and I place another one on top of that, that's about the same thickness as a slab. So we can technically fool it and say, okay, we've got half a slab rise. I don't know how I'm gonna do that any further. It's easy on the end because I've got the right height, but obviously I can now not place a trapdoor against that. It goes to the bottom. So let me fiddle around with this and see what kind of roof I can get up here. I really need to go out and find bamboo because I need scaffolding. This pillaring up with blocks, not fun anymore. Anyway, this is the roof I've got. It's kind of basic. I wanted to keep the slope very low, but that also means that I couldn't find another space to incorporate the trapdoors. I might do away with the trapdoors completely because I don't really know how I feel about them if they aren't a repeating element throughout. So yeah, I'm not sure about those yet. But here now, this is the height we've gotten to, and I did kind of wiggle it so that we do get it to be a full block right here, which is what we need. well, what I'd like it to be. And then for this wall, I'm thinking we just come in and we place trapdoors all along, and the oak ones specifically, because they do look a bit like a window frame. I like that. Maybe we should break them up a bit more than that. We can come in here. I don't have any spruce logs on me, but we can bring a spruce log up there and over here as well. And that'll make them seem less just consistent, is my thought process. And back down we go. I like that it's broken up. I went even further. I put the spruce logs in between every other. But then they're flat. It's a flush surface. But I think the oak trapdoors are so detailed that it doesn't look like it's a flush flat surface from out here. Because that slightly darker edge trim kind of looks like a shadow line. And the sun is setting. So I put the dark oak trapdoors in there as an attempt to break it up a little bit, to give it a bit more depth, but I don't know that I like it. Nope, I don't like it. They're going away. The next step to this process, now that I've gotten that wall figured out as well, is we need to put a roof on this building. I'm thinking dark oak because we've done a lot of spruce lately, and the last dark oak was quite a while ago. So I'm thinking the whole roof's dark oak, just like what we started down on the other side. But in terms of shape, I don't really know. I think I want it to be a very low slope, so we're just gonna go with regular old slabs on this side. You know what, I think I'm gonna give it an overhang on this side, otherwise it's gonna be a very flat wall if I don't do that. So let's give it like so. Oh, then we're an even number. You know, it's fine. It's probably not the end of the world. Let's just hop down and see what we think about that, shall we? Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. That's not terrible. Unfortunately, it's such a large building. If we go anything more than that, I'm afraid it's going to be a very, very tall roof. And I don't want it to be a very tall roof. Let me get the whole thing in. See if I can figure out what I want to do in this gable of it. And then we'll have another look at it. Placing some spruce fences up here does two things for me. First off, if you look into this building, it creates a bit of visual activity. Some details up here that you see, but don't necessarily pick up on immediately. It's just a little bit more detailed. But secondly, and almost more importantly, it spawn-proofs the top of those logs. So I don't have to worry about spawn-proofing anything. I forgot about that part. Anyway, those are the gables I've done. I've put some oak trapdoors in there. Same kind of window details. It makes sense that all the windows would be made out of the same material. But if you look carefully, there are actually 2 layers of them in there, because I want them to only be recessed 1 block on the exterior, but on the interior I don't want them to be recessed, because then you get weird and funky lines like this, where the stone just ends abruptly. So I put a second layer of them on the inside so that they create a bit of a shadow line over that. And only if you know to look for those double layers would you actually notice them, I think. So let's grab some more, because this one over here also needs them, and that's too high for me to jump. Of course it is. That is better. That is significantly better. And it's just some more detail to see, to look for. I like this, and I think this is basically the build done at this point. There isn't any more to do to it aside from adding the details, the final internal kind of accessory elements. So I need to do that, but then the next trick, and this is going to be a bit of a challenge again. Well, not really. I think we figured it out relatively well in the last episode as to how to get villagers into this thing. And for it, I've got my rails ready. I'm gonna need to make some minecarts, which is going to hurt. But I think this should be fairly simple. And luckily for me, I actually have a pretty decent supply of iron at the moment. I've done quite a bit of mining in this world, and that's helped me a lot, I think. And all I really need is 6 of these. Because that's the only amount of villagers I'm going to be putting in this thing. And I think I'm going to keep them in their minecarts indefinitely. So we just need the 6. Unfortunately, for the laying of this Minecraft track, I do need to destroy a fair chunk of my pathways. Which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is, and it needs to be done, and I will just have to fix it after I've put the villagers in place. Down at the villagers, we can get the process started. Let's just check. Yep, my rails are all pointing in the right way. Mr. Zombie, you are down. Those rails are turned off, as is this one. Excellent. I have a whole bunch of composters on me. I've got a bunch of splash potions of weakness and a couple of golden apples. I think we're ready. I think this will work. Let's grab a villager. Let's put you over there. Hello, sir. You become a farmer. What do you got? Carrots and wheat is the wrong one, sir. I think it is possible for them to give you carrots and potatoes. I think. Let's see. Let's try a couple. There, yeah, see, carrots and potatoes. You, sir, are a good villager. So let's lock you in. So he doesn't lose his trade. We turn that on and we send you to Mr. Zombie over there. Excellent. Okay. We can get rid of that. You should keep your job because I did trade with you. Let's go ahead and grab a second one. Because I have space to do 2 conversions at once over here. Let's just flip that one. Okay, sir, are you going to work with me as well? Workstation? Second workstation. No? Is it nighttime? Is it dark? It is becoming dark. Villagers only take jobs, I think, during specific working hours of the day. So if the sun sets, as it is now, they actually won't accept jobs, I believe. Let's hop down, let's see. You, sir, need to take up a job. Please. Please, sir. Excuse me, sir. There we go. Which one did you take? Did you take... If we get rid of that, and we put it down over there, are you going to take it? No. That's the other one's job then. Alright. That is a terrible job for you. And so on and so forth we go until we get 6 villagers that we are pretty happy with. This one does carrots. I think I want them all to do carrots and potatoes. Now that I know it's possible, that I think will be the goal. There we go. Alright, we now have 2 villagers converted. You just stay down there. Relax for me, okay, thank you. That's greatly appreciated. And then what I need is I need 1 of these and I need 2 of these to get these 2 converted. So let's throw it in the middle. Boop and boop, there we go. And now we wait for these 2 zombie villagers to convert back. Okay, first conversion is done and they've both come down in prices a fair amount, but I'd like them to be even lower. Now, as with the mending villager, we have discovered that you can zombify villagers more than once, and the more times you do it, the lower their prices are. So let's just get out of view again and wait to see if that zombie starts to hit them. Yep, there he goes. Second conversion, and oh, they've come down quite a bit more. I think that was 6 down each. Yeah, that's significant, but I'm sure we can do better. I am, though, going to run out of golden apples very quickly if this is the technique I'm doing. 4 times later, 4 conversions later, my first 2 farmer villagers are on 1 potato per emerald and 1 carrot per emerald. That is already brilliant. But they are now ready to be sent off. So let's just come and make sure that it is in fact daytime and that we have a bit of daytime to do this in. Where's the sun? Yeah, the sun is still in the morning sky. Okay. Coming back down. Yep, the tracks are facing the right way, so you can go off first, I think. And I'm pretty sure I have the tracks set up correctly all the way back as well. Again, there is absolutely no way for me to keep up with this guy once he's going. And it's quite a roundabout route to get here, unfortunately, with all of my road decorations that have already happened. But yay, we've got our first farmer in place. Hello, sir. Do you like your home? This is where you will be staying for quite a while. We can go ahead and give him his workstation. There we go. Yep. Alright. Excellent. That's 1 villager down. We can extend that further and bring in the second one. Okay. Yep. I did manage to find a little bit more gold in a bit of a mining session, so now we have 3 more golden apples, which does bring us to a total of 4 more golden apples. That's not quite enough. These 2 fellas, villager number 3 and 4, have now both been converted 4 times and are now at 1 potato and 1 carrot per emerald. So I think they're ready to head out. Again, let's just check the sun level. Do I have the time in the day to do this? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. I'll definitely be able to get one of them out. So let's send you out, sir. I am going to need some more of these. Yep, that and that. And that's 4 of the 6 villagers in place. Perfect. Just as the sun sets, I did manage to get both of them in to place the same day. However, I do have a small problem now. And that small problem is that I only have 4 golden apples left. And I need to convert each villager at least 4 times. So far, at least that's been my experience. Which means I need a total of 8, not 4. I need 4 more golden apples. So there are many ways to get golden apples in Minecraft, or to get gold. Let's start there. Gold is probably simpler. I could build a gold farm. That ain't happening today. Nope, not a chance. Definitely not. I could go into the Nether and I could mine gold there. That's probably a bit more efficient than trying to mine for gold in the overworld just anywhere. However, I don't really want to go into the Nether. The Nether is dangerous and I don't like it. I could go to a mesa, a Badlands biome, and I could mine for gold there, which is by far the most efficient way to mine for gold, because gold just shows up all over the place in Badlands biomes. But I don't know where a Badlands biome is, where a mesa is. I've not come across one in this world as of yet, so not really an option in the end. That leaves me with only one other choice really, and that is to mine normally. So I guess I'm going into the mine and I'm gonna go see if I can find some more diamonds and predominantly gold. I did not want to do this, but I need the gold. I do need the gold, and this hurts me so much because deep slate gold ore is honestly one of the most beautiful blocks in the game. But that'll be enough gold to get at least today finished. And 8 more golden apples. Perfect! Yep, you just finished there. Can drop him down. Alright, I mean that's not enough to do 4 more conversions, but luckily I just need to do this one more batch, I believe, and then they will be down. No, I'm wrong. I can't do math. I'm gonna need 2 more of those. Dang it! This is an expensive day, my friends. And with that, that is villager number 6 in place, my friends. I have just edited together all of the subsequent clips previous to this one and come to a realization. This video is a lot longer at this point than I thought it was. So I'm kind of running out of time for today's episode. I need to do a lot of work still. I need to do a lot of decorating and things. So I think it's time for me to quickly be very, very productive, my friends. And that incredible productivity of mine begins with some cleaning up. And then we can put the dirt back. Excellent. Never knew I was there. Nope. But roads. My roads are in a bit of... Whoa, that was the wrong button. Are in a bit of a state, my friends. So, right click is what we gotta do. Yep, just like that. Pathway in place. I think we can now come in and decorate the interior of this a little bit. Beehives. I did say that I wanted to use beehives today, and I'm probably not going to need as much as I've made, but beehives actually go remarkably well with oak. Yeah, and they're directional. I can turn them around in any way, shape or form, and they make for a wonderful bit of texture variation in a floor of oak. So I'm going to put these guys in all over the place. That's a lovely floor. I really like that, yeah. They're a lighter plank texture. They don't have these harsh dark lines dividing them. I like that very much. I think for this one, this is perfect. We need a door, my friends. And I think I'm going to take a similar page that I did for the Grand Library. And that, my friends, is going to be this concept of a very large door, which looks impressive and imposing, but really you just need to use the side doors like so. Yeah, that's nice. I don't like how these glow around the edges and the trapdoors don't, but alas, this is Minecraft and there is not much I can do about it. So that's a door. Now our villagers shall be safe. Yes, villagers, yes, you are all safe. On the inside we do need to do some things though. I need to grab some chests as well. There we go. Chests are what I need. And we're going to make this space look like it is just full of things. Super cluttered, super in use. If that is even a word, which I highly, highly doubt. But I love just scattering chests all over the place like so. That one, I think, can be a crafting table. Yes, that looks marvelous. We can put 1 or 2 extra composters. These are spares that they might just be storing away for the time being and might put into effect at a later stage. Lastly then, are these 3 large kind of crop blocks, if that makes sense as a word at all. Whoops, I didn't want to do that. You can put hay bales in composters? Interesting. Learn something new every day, my friends. Like so, we can throw some pumpkins in here for that bright orange color effect as well. Yeah, this is starting to look very, very nice, I think, like so. And then of course we need the bright, bright green of melons. Now, I don't have a lot of melons, but sooner or later I am sure... Nope, let's use the Silk Touch one to pick this up. I am sure that I will be building a melon and pumpkin farm, automatic farm at some point. That's perfect, I love that. Now you come into this building and immediately it looks like what it's supposed to look like. A storage building. Yeah, perfect. And now that we actually have a renewable source of emeralds, yes, I haven't really put them to use yet, but they are there, I can feel less guilty about coming in here and purchasing some lanterns from our librarian friend. Yes, thank you, sir. And that does help him get closer to his next level up. And maybe he gives us something nice as an enchanted book next up. The very last internal detail that I think I'm going to be implementing are these beams that run across like that. And we're going to use the same spruce fence technique that we did previously to make them spawn-proof at the top. But then we can hang lanterns from them. Yes, I love that. And there we go. I think I have finished the build. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. We've got lanterns all over the place. Our road has been edged and detailed, and we have a little cart here on the one side as well. Either taking things away or maybe bringing some in, because I'm thinking this hill over here needs to become a big, expansive wheat field. Not today though. Today we are completely out of time for building. There is one more thing I would like to do in this episode, and that's just to have a quick look-see at what these villagers can do. How many emeralds I can get for what. Why are you more expensive now? Why? You're all more expensive. This is concerning. I don't know what I did. But, you know, 2 potatoes for an emerald, still pretty good. So let's go ahead and level these guys and see what their next enchants, or not chance, what their next trades are going to be. And, you know, we're getting a whole bunch of emeralds for ourselves, which is always welcome. Ooh, yay! Pumpkin! Pumpkin is good. I like being able to sell him pumpkins. I don't have a pumpkin farm yet, but we'll get there. We will get there, yes. Aha! Okay, so villager number 4 doesn't do pumpkins. Villager number 4 buys apples? No, he sells me apples. I'm confused. This one does pumpkins again. I like the fact that he sells apples, though. I like that. Oh, yay! Yay, he does melons. Melons are also going to be good. My friends, that gave me 3.5 stacks of emeralds, and I still have a stack and a half of 3 carrots left. That's... Yep, I'm so glad I did this. Very, very glad. Before we completely end off today's episode, there is one more thing I would like to do. And yes, I know this episode is getting very long at the moment, but I really appreciate those of you who are still here at this point. And I think what I'm going to do now is very much needed. Well, what on earth is that? I hear you all asking. Well, it's actually really quite simple. This is a to-do list board, and on it, I have a whole bunch of things I want to add. There we go. A to-do list board. I have them prioritized in order of difficulty and or priority, I think. Red being longer term projects, because those two are quite big projects that I would like to get done, and I think each of them definitely need their own episode after the dragon. Here, melon and pumpkin farms, definitely going to have to happen pretty soon, but I also don't think it's going to happen before the dragon. However, sugarcane has to happen. I have quite a bit of leather at the moment thanks to my cow farm over there, but honestly my sugarcane has kind of gotten out of hand. That's a lot. I don't like it there. So I'm thinking in the very next episode we do a sugarcane farm. We need to gear up, and bamboo. This is going on the to-do list board because I keep forgetting that I want bamboo. But that, my friends, I think is where we are going to be ending today's episode. We're done. We're finished. I know it's been a long episode. It's kind of gotten away from me. It ran away with me and I just couldn't keep track of it. But it has been a super productive episode. Actually, we have an infinite supply of emeralds now. Finally. After talking about this for so many episodes, we've done it! My friends, if you've enjoyed this episode, if you like what I've built, what I've done, what I've gotten up to, do me a favor, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely leave me a comment. Tell me what you thought, and give me suggestions for my to-do list board. What would you like to see in this world, my friends? Until next time, have an absolutely brilliant one.